Hello everyone, welcome back to Jules World. Let's go ahead and get it right into the tutorial, guys. Okay, so what you're gonna need is 2 scrapbooking paper, okay, and it's gonna be measured 6" by 7". You're gonna also need 2 more scrapbooking paper which measures 3" by 6". And you're gonna need 1 scrapbooking paper which measures 2.5" by 6". And you're gonna need 2 more scrapbooking paper which measures 1.5" by 3". And so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and score these lines on the 2 based, okay? Let's go ahead and score both of them at the same time, guys. You can do each and every one of them individual. You're gonna turn it on the 7". Okay, guys? And then we're gonna score 3 1/4 inch, okay? And then again at 3 3/4 inch. Okay, and then you're gonna score again at 5.5". And then in between the 3 1/4 inch and the 3 3/4 inch, you're gonna just keep on scoring in between those lines, okay? Fill it up. Do the same thing for both, okay? Okay, and that's it for those two, for the 2 based. So next step, we're gonna be corner punching these, okay? All 4 corners of the base, the 2 base, you're gonna puncture those 4 corners. Okay, so now you should have your base, all 4 corners punched. Your 2 closures should have 2 corners punched. And your base for the phone should have all 4 corners punched, okay? And then your pocket, which is the inside, that should be punched just two ends, okay? Okay, now that we got that, guys, let's go ahead and fold those scoring lines. Let's just go ahead and press down it because that needs to be folded really good. That's how we get our fold in the Cellphone. You know how you flip it and you put it up like that. So we need to really pull through those scoring lines. And then we just make sure we curve kind of all right, and you should do the same for both of these. Now it should look like that, guys. I'm not going to take too long in this tutorial. I'm trying to speed up this video for your sake and mine. I don't want to make it long. The next step, we're going to take our 2 6" by 3". We're going to take those and you're going to need yourself a phone case. Now the phone case that I just bought this from Dollar Tree, guys. You can get a cheap Dollar Tree phone case. I just think it's best for you to do that than to ruin a expensive one for this project. And so you're gonna need yourself a phone case, and then you're gonna take that phone case and then you're gonna center it, guys, okay? Center it on the paper. Once you get the center, just go ahead and trace that. Just need for 1 layer. Put both of these papers together and then just kind of tape it down. That way it doesn't move, guys. And we're gonna be cutting this out because once you cut it out, it's gonna get through both papers. So let's go ahead and cut that out. And you can use an X-Acto knife. And there you are. Should now look like that, guys, okay? And then we're gonna be putting some fabric on this guy. So once you finish getting all your stuff cut out, you're gonna need some fabric. So let's get some fabric. I went and did this ahead of time, guys, okay? Of your pieces, guys, gathered all together. And then you're gonna put fabric on each and every one of these pieces. Okay? The pocket's gonna have fabric on there. This is the closures, these are the base, and this is the cell phones. Once you get your fabric, you lay all of these on top of the fabric And on the wrong side of the fabric, you're gonna place all of your scrapbooking paper on top of the fabric. You're gonna get adhesive spray and you're gonna spray on the fabric, each and every one of those individual fabric, and then you're gonna lay your scrapbooking paper on top of there, guys, okay? All you gotta do is cut around these fabrics and then lay your stuff on there, okay, guys? And then that's where we get to this step here. And once you get everything laid out in your fabric and you spray it and you lay it out, it should now look like this. And then you're gonna fold these corners. You're gonna fold every individual corners like I did on this, okay? That's what you're gonna do for those. I didn't do these because I'm gonna show you how to do this specific, because this is different from every one of these. This takes a little bit more detail, so I'm gonna show you how to do these in individual. So now, let's go ahead and put these aside. Before you even spray it on there, before you spray it on your fabric, guys, make sure your camera, the little camera hole that we cut out, guys, make sure it's facing this way. Make sure both of them are in this position like this, guys, are on this side, guys, and not on this side. Because when we finish folding these, we're gonna turn it over like this. And it's necessary for it to be, the hole to be on this side, not on this side, okay? Because that's where your camera hole is at. It's on this side. Okay, let's go ahead and fold these. I hope that helps, guys. We are gonna cut these. I'm gonna show you how to fold these, guys. I didn't show you how to fold these ones, just for the new subscribers. But my faithful subscribers already know the steps. So I don't wanna keep repeating the steps over and over again when they already know it. So go ahead and just go ahead and cut the corners of these, guys. And this is what I did for all the rest of these. This is what I did for the base and everything else. So cut all 4 corners, guys. All right, and once you finish cutting that, I'll just fold this and see if we don't want it to overlap the camera. So let's make sure we cut that down too. We make it very short, guys. Just this corner here for the camera lens. For the camera, we're just gonna cut this down because we don't want it overlapping. And we close it up, we just don't want it to be sticking out. So that's perfect. You just cut that corner. That's all you need to do is just cut it a little shorter, those corners. You're gonna do the same thing for both of them. We're gonna go ahead and get our fabric glue and we're gonna glue these down, guys, okay? Okay, once you finish folding all 4 corners, guys, let's go ahead and cut those axes off. I'm gonna put just put a cut right in the middle of that material like that, and then you're gonna just go ahead and cut all the way through all 4 corners. Okay, should look like that, and then go ahead and cut even more because we're gonna have to fold these up, and it needs to be cut. To get a nice fold in there, guys, so you have to cut everything. So now it should now look like that, guys, okay? And then we're just gonna cut some of these axes, a few axes of it off, just so we can fold this over and there's no layers hanging. What we're gonna do is glue this down. And now it should look like that, guys. Okay? And then you do the same thing for this one as well. Once you finish folding your corners of the camera, all right, it should now look like that, guys, okay? Both of them, you should be able to line it up and it should be on the right side because that's where your phone case camera is at. So the next step, we're gonna need some poster board paper. And the reason why I'm using poster board, because it's a little thicker than the scrapbooking paper. I just want it to be a little more firmer for the phone when it sits on top of here. And just cut yourself out to the length and make sure you don't go over the line, guys, because when we sew, we don't want to be sewing through this, okay? We want it to be easy on our machine. So when we sew, we want to be able to not be sewing through this layer because it's too thick. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just one piece you need, because we're going to be putting this over and covering it up like that, guys. And it gives it some firmness in there, so it won't be so flimsy. And then you're gonna just go ahead and corner punch the corners, guys, just because these are round. I don't want everything to stay round too, and it should look like that now, guys. And then you're gonna glue this down, and then you're gonna need another poster board paper for this piece here, which is the front base. This is the front base, and we're gonna put it at the tip of the edge, the one that the end that bends. We just want another poster board paper there too, just because, once again, this is where the phone's going to be sitting like this, and I just want this to be stable as well. I want it to be firmly in there. Make sure it doesn't go over the line, guys. Make sure it stay under the line, because you want to be able to bending, okay? And then make sure it's not too close to the edge where you're going to sew over this. I'm trying not to make it too thick. And just go ahead and just the two corners you're going to punch. It should sit like this on there, guys, now. Okay, and this is where you're gonna glue it down on that, and you're gonna glue that down, and then we go to the next step. Okay, guys, once you glue that down, guys, both of these, all right, so that's all set. Now we're gonna be sewing around this. Now we're gonna get your other base for your cell phone, okay, and we are going to be sewing around this. Make sure when you sew, this is sitting on the right side, okay? And you're going to be sewing at the top of that, okay? Not at the back of this one here. Not like that. But make sure this is sitting on the right, and then you're going to be sewing all the way around, guys, on that. As well as you can get your two strap closure, and we're going to be sewing these two for right now. Okay? We're going to sew all the way around, because we're going to be putting some buttons on this. So we need to sew all the way around first, okay? You now should have your cell phone base as well as the closure sewn, okay? Should now look like this, guys, sewn all the way around, guys. So the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna be putting the buttons on the closure as well as the base too. And so you're gonna need some snap button as well as snap button tool. You're gonna need the tools to do that, as well as the owl to put the hole in there, guys. Go ahead and put it on our closure first. So just go ahead and from the top, like a ½ inch, I would say, go ahead and center that, and then put a hole in there, okay, guys? And then we're gonna be putting our buttons in there. That's how it should look now, okay? And then you have to center this, and it's about, this is 6 inch. This whole thing is 6 inch. So half of that is 3 inch, okay? And then you're gonna put a line right there to mark the center. We're gonna push it in about 2.5 inch sticking out. It's gonna sit, okay? And then you can glue that down in place. You can get your fabric glue. Make sure you don't glue at the tip of the end, guys, because you don't want that glue getting on your needle, okay? And then you place that down there, guys, on the line. Okay, then what I do is enforce that with some tape. Make sure that that's firmly in there. That's just to secure it. Make sure you don't go over that line though, this line, because you want this to fold properly, okay? You want this line to fold very well, so stay away from that line. As well, I'm gonna put too close to the top of it too, so we're gonna sew. Just be very considerate, just put this tape in the center. All right, and now you should have it like that. And then we're gonna fold this over. Make sure both of them line up. They're both equal, and they line up like that. And then you can always see exactly where you're gonna put that full. Make sure you leave some room for the cell phone. When you close it, you know, you want some You want some space in between. You don't want to lock it down and it's be tight like that, guys. You don't want it that tight, guys. So make sure there's some room for your cell phone. If you want, you can put your cell phone in there and just check to get a gap in there. I said about 1/2 inch, and then press down on it, guys. Once you find the center, press down, and it leaves a little mark right there for me, and that's where I put my button. A hole in there. This piece here goes to the bottom, okay, and then this one here goes to the top, right like that. And then we're gonna get our tool, then we're gonna firmly press down on that. And now it should be set in place. Okay, the next step, guys, is we are going to get in our other base, and we're gonna be putting that over it like that. And then we're gonna get our pocket, and we're gonna be putting that on here, because we're gonna be sewing all the way around this, guys. So let's go ahead and put all this in position. So all the way around, go all the way around, and then come back again down here, okay? And then we'll get to the next step. Okay, guys, now you should have it all sewn around, guys. The whole thing sewn around, okay? And it should now look like that. All right, the next step, I'm gonna switch this out, this color out, guys, and I'm gonna use this color here, okay? It's the same thing, the same steps I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna switch it out and just use this one, just because I'm, with this case, I just think it looked better with this color than it does with the pink one, because I'm gonna get a specific one for this, like a white or something that matches this, you know? I have to color coordinate, guys. So I can't be putting this one, it don't look right with this one. Okay, guys, so once you finish sewing around and getting your buttons and everything in, we're going to be placing this in position now, okay? And so we are definitely going to need a Crop-A-Dile tool. And if you don't have a Crop-A-Dile tool, because I know this stuff is expensive, guys, I'm very considerate of those that cannot afford these products. If you don't have a Crop-A-Dile, you can always get a Eyelet tool kit, okay? And it's cheaper. And you can purchase this. I purchased mine from Hobby Lobby. You can get it from your craft stores, or you can get it online at Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box below, guys, for those that want to purchase this. You're gonna have to read the instructions to follow it to put these holes in place. I'm gonna be using my Crop-A-Dile in this tutorial. We have to mark this first, because once we mark this, we're gonna be putting that on top of it, and it's easy for us to mark through this to be able to put the holes in here. Okay, we're gonna be putting 3 holes in there, one right here, one right here, one right here. And so the top hole, we're gonna make sure it's centered. Of course, this is 6 inch, and of course, half of 6 is 3. So you're gonna put a hole right there at the top there, and it's gonna be about 1 inch from the top. You're gonna drop down, and then you're gonna put 1 inch from the top, and then center it, and then put 3 inch. Okay, if that makes sense, guys. All right, and then it's going to sit in the right at the top. I already marked mine, so it's going to be sitting right up there. Okay, from the top, we're going to put about 2 inch from the top, and it's going to be sitting right there. Okay, just put one right there, and let me see how much it is. About 1.5 inch from this side. You're going to center it, put it right there. Okay, the same thing for this side too. They don't have to be perfect, guys, because all we're doing is locking this into here, so it can sit and it won't go anywhere. Okay, so go ahead and mark your spot, and then we're gonna go ahead and put our holes in there. So go ahead and put your holes in there right now. Okay, now that you have your 3 holes in there, yeah, just put it over cell phone case. It's where it needs to be, and just mark that. See, with this I have to kind of bend it like this because it's plastic. For the Crop-A-Dile, it won't go all the way through because, of course, of the, you know, the way it's positioned and the height. We have to bend to tuck it in to the Crop-A-Dile. Okay, and this is what I'm doing right now. You do the same thing for each and every individual hole. And now you should have all 3 of these, as well as this as well. Okay, all 3 of them should be lined up. So here you can see all 3 of them through that hole. And it's sitting there. That's how you want that to be, okay? And because we're going to be putting stuff through this hole. So now you're going to get your 2 eyelets. Get your 2 eyelets. gonna be placing those in there, and I'll put the link to all this stuff, the materials and where I purchased that, guys, for you. Okay, I'll put in the description box below, and put both of them in there. All right, both of them should be in there, and then you're gonna go ahead and put those in place. Okay. Right. Okay, guys, once you finish adding your eyelets, it should now look like that. Okay, these should be in place, guys. Okay, and that's what holds the phone in place on top of the base. Okay. All right, so the next step is we're gonna be putting another screw in there, guys, and this is a screw I'm going to be using, and I'm going to have a link to exactly what screw I use in the description box below, or purchase it from Amazon. Okay, so, and then you're going to put this, position this on the top. We're going to be placing the top here. You're going to make sure it lines up, make sure this lines up, sitting good on top of there. Okay, like that. Make sure it's even out and line up. And then we're gonna be marking this, guys. Go ahead and mark that hole so we can get that hole in there. All right, and that's where we're gonna be putting our screw at. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a hole in there, and then we're gonna put a screw in there. And it should have a hole there, guys, and that hole should match up with that. Okay, like that. And then we're going to get our screw, and this piece right here we're going to be putting outside here. Okay, that's going to go outside there, and then the screw with the line you're going to put inside. Okay, and then you're going to be screwing this in, and there, that should, and then you should have it like that, and it should look like that outside, and the inside should be screwed. All right, if you want to take a picture, you just turn and rotate it like that, and you can see it out there. It's all the way around, guys. You can rotate this thing. It sits beautiful in there, and then your phone goes in there and it sits down. I can't put my phone in here right now, I'm recording on it, but I will do a video separately and show you how it sits in there really good. And if you don't like the way this look, and I don't, so I decided to be creative. Of course, with all my projects I like to be creative, and I came up with just putting maybe a scrapbooking paper inside of there, just cut out the shape. I just did fabric, and I think I'm gonna put a fabric over it like that, and matching, you know, because it matches the outside base, and I'm just gonna put that in there, glue that down, and then put that in there to cover that. You don't have to, because once again, once you put your phone in there, you can't really see it, but when you take it out, you can see it, and I don't like it sitting like that, so I want to cover up those screws, and I think it looks beautiful like that, guys. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I love it. And then your money can go in here, guys. You can put your money in here. Money, and then a credit card can go in there too as well. And look how beautiful that is. That looks so good. Sits well too. Love it. And when you want to take pictures, guys, you don't have to take out your phone. Just press down, push down on your closure, and just flip it up like that, and it takes pictures. I love it. It's beautiful. I love it. Came out beautiful, guys. So thank you all once again for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoy. And here's the other one I made as well. Isn't that beautiful? That's it, guys. That's it for a tutorial. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. All the links and everything will be in the description box below. And if you have any questions, please comment below, and I will answer those questions for you. Thank you all once again for watching Julie Jules World. Like, share, and subscribe, and you will definitely see my next video. Bye, my YouTubers.